Hey, it's John Nolan here. One of the most important things in my life is the health and the well-being of my family. And one of the products that we absolutely love to use and have had amazing results with is Z-Stack. It's Dr. Zelenko's Immunobooster, and it really does the job absolutely well. Now, as most of you know, Dr. Zelenko recently passed away, but he's left behind a legacy with Z-Stack and his other products, and also the Dr. Zelenko Freedom Foundation. So every time you purchase Z-Stack to help boost your immune system and the immune system of your family, 10% of the profits will also automatically go to the Freedom Foundation. So I encourage you to check it out, Z-Stack by Dr. Zelenko. Use the link and the coupon code in the description, save, and also help the foundation. Hey, Inspired Tribe, my fellow freedom lovers. It's John Nolan here. Thank you so much for joining us for another Inspired Conversation. Today, we welcome back a dear friend of the Inspired channel, a soul brother, Gabriel Miguel, the founder of the Anastasia Foundation here in the United States. Hey, Gabriel, how's it going?
Hey, brother, I'm doing so good. It's a pleasure to be back here, and thank you for having me, my friend.
A pleasure and honor to have you, Gabriel. Gabriel, what you and I and Kristin and our wives and our communities share deeply is our love for the vision that was laid out in a series of books that was now published over 20 years ago. And it has absolutely changed our lives and the lives of millions. You've taken this all to the next level by creating a foundation around this vision, by helping people realize their dreams and inspiring them. Yeah. And now you are, on top of that, putting on amazing events like the upcoming event that's this weekend. Can you tell us a little bit about it? And also why all homeowners, current and future, and landowners should be attending this event, because they'll learn something they haven't probably ever heard of before.
Yeah, well, thank you for that, John. And so the event this weekend, it's called Freedom and Co-Creation, the Love, Land, and Law event. And basically, for all readers of the Ringing Cedar series, we're going to be talking about, we're bringing a bunch of people from Russia who have created kins domains and settlements and who are very successful at that, who've been doing it for decades, and who are basically going to help you get set up in the best way on your land to live a successful and happy life. But for homeowners and everybody in the United States, what we're bringing, we have two law experts who are going to be joining us. One of them is a gentleman named Ron Gibson. He is probably the world's best living expert on a thing called land patents. And so land patents are, well, let me just share my screen and tell you about land patents here, if you don't mind. So this is what a land patent looks like. These were issued in the 1800s and the early 1900s. And basically, if you zoom in here, it's basically saying that this piece of land that's described up here, there's a description of land, but it says to have and hold this land to his heirs and assigns forever. Heirs and assigns forever. So this piece of land is being granted by the U.S. government to you and your heirs, and assigns it and assigned to someone who the land has been transferred to forever. It's the highest form of title in the land. And so what a land patent is, and what Ron Gibson says, he says, a warranty deed is not a title to your land and never will be. If you look closely, you may be surprised to discover you think you're an owner, but you're only listed as a tenant. The only true title to your land is a land patent, which finally makes you the true landowner with the unalienable rights granted by God and protected by the constitutions. And so if you have a land patent, no one can tax, regulate, trespass, encumber your land or anything in any kind of way. You can do anything you want with your land in any kind of way you want, subdivide it however you want. You don't have to deal with building codes or zoning codes or pay taxes even. Yeah, it's a bold statement, but it's true. If you Google land patents, there's a bunch of disinformation about it there. So be warned. But the case law on land patents is very long, very old, and very strong. So Ron Gibson is going to be joining us, sharing about how to get a land patent, how to protect your rights with the land patent, how to enforce the land patent. And it's going to be geared around, well, you can get a land patent for any piece of land that you own. So if you have a house, even if it's a small piece of land, you can bring forward the land patent on that. If you've got 600 acres, you can find the land patent for that and bring it forward. So for homeowners, if you're a homeowner, this is something that you'd really want to know and really want to get educated on, because if you don't have this, then they can just come along and do whatever they want with your land and the stuff that's on that land, and you've got really nothing you can do about it. I'm making a bunch of generalizations here, but that's kind of the gist of it.
And for those who are inclined and want to and feel that deep desire to live a sovereign life, a freedom-based life, in connection with nature, in harmony with nature, but also with their neighbors and with the Creator, of course, which is basically, in a nutshell, the vision that's laid out in the Ringing Cedar Books.
Right.
That's really something very important. That's the yin and the yang. You put it together beautifully on the website.
Yeah.
The way of life and the law, and not just the universal law, but also the law that governs our relationships. There, you put it beautifully. I love that, because it's so important that we finally put the picture together. You know, usually people have one side or the other side, but this knowledge and this wisdom is about combining it. So you have wisdom to live the true way of life, and you have the law that protects the true way of life, right? Right.
Yeah. And as one of our speakers, Robert Williams, said, he said that this law knowledge is the best application of this kind of law knowledge is this lifestyle that we're talking about, this lifestyle that's laid out in the Ringing Cedars books, the King's Domains, because we are made free by God, right? God put us on the earth. He created this beautiful garden for us. He created man. He put us here and said, steward this and take care of it forever. Be fruitful and multiply, right? And that's our destiny. And so we are made free, and we live in this world, and we have to learn how to protect those freedoms that are granted to us. So we are destined to live in a garden paradise. So, you know, like you said, it's two halves. There's this lifestyle where we are going out there and creating this beautiful life on the land with our families. And then we have to know how to protect that too, because the law, if you know the law and you know the right things about the law, you can really protect yourself very strongly. And you can make sure that all this beauty and harmony and love that you're creating doesn't get taken away, doesn't get trampled on or anything like that. So let me bring up a couple screenshots, a couple images of what I'm talking about here when I say way of life. In the Ringing Cedars of Russia books, Anastasia talks about this idea of the King's Domain. It's a 2.5 acre piece of land where, you know, a family says, I'm going to settle my family line here. I'm going to give birth to children here. If you have children already, you're going to raise them here, or however that goes, and hand this land down generationally to your descendants forever. And the interesting thing is that the land patent literally has the word forever in it. It guarantees your land is yours forever, however you want to use it. And the government has to respect that. And so, and then each family has a 2.5 acre piece, but then what happens is they come together and they build settlements. So this is a real photo from Russia where this idea came from. And each of these little squares here is a 2.5 acre piece that a family is building. And we're trying to build these all over the world. So this is really, it's the yin and yang, and both pieces are very needed. So if you're a person who's very minded about the law and you are learning about how to ensure your freedoms, there is this, you know, I would encourage you to look into this way of life that we're talking about, living on the land with your family in harmony with nature, in harmony with God. And if you're a person who's already minded for that kind of thing, it would be really wise to start learning about the law so that way you can protect all this beauty that you've created.
I think it's absolutely stunning, like you just said, that in the language of the land patents, this has already been enshrined, which tells me that this wisdom and this perspective and vision has been around for a very long time. We're not talking about a new way of life. We're talking about the originally intended way of life. That goes back to our original shared culture, all of ours. Basically the instructions on how to live on Earth, if you will. So Gabriel, for those who say this is exactly what speaks to my soul, what speaks to my spirit, where can they sign up for the event? When is it happening? And what else do they need to know about it?
Yeah, so this is the webpage. You come to anastasia.foundation. You'll see it on the homepage, or just scroll down a little bit on the homepage and you'll wind up here. It's this weekend, August 13th and 14th. And there, it's going to be chock full of incredible legal knowledge, incredible knowledge about how to live successfully on your land. We've got a bunch of people who have been living this way for a long time, sharing their wisdom with you, specifically from the Ringing Cedars perspective as well. So Anastasia.Foundation is the website. I can probably send you a link, John, and maybe you can put it in the description of the video as well.
Absolutely.
But yeah, we'd be happy if you joined us. We're keeping this event as low cost as possible. It's online, so you get lifetime access to the recordings. It's only $50 per day. The amount of value that you're going to get out of this it's disproportionate. And so we're really just doing this as a community service. And we really are trying to equip everyone who's trying to live a free, happy life on the land with everything that they need to be successful, whether it's the knowledge about living on the land or whether it's about the law stuff so that you can protect that way of life and you can make sure that you're free. That's what we're trying to do here.
Fantastic. Gabriel, I want to thank you for the amazing work you do online, offline, everywhere to help inspire and equip people with the knowledge about these books. You're doing way more than that. And we'll have you back soon after the event when things slow down a little bit, because there are news around the books, which are very exciting news. I think you'll be able to share soon. And we'll talk more about the vision, more about how it's expanding and how so many beautiful people are coming together right now and building this synergy. So we are more than hopeful, aren't we, Gabriel, that we're creating a beautiful new future?
We are right now at the dawn of a new civilization, and it's happening. The light of the sun is coming over the horizon, and this new world is beginning to be seen by people. And it started already all over Europe, all over Russia. It's happening in America, and the acceleration is faster than it's ever been before. And we are truly at the beginning of something magnificent. So don't let despair or anything that you see in the media get you down, because it's just the news of a dying world. It's the death throes of a dying world, all that stuff. Something beautiful is happening, my friends. And it's really coming from these books and this movement that's behind it. So, you can come and join our community. You'll be welcomed with open arms. Jean, thank you for everything that you do to share this vision and spread this light in the world, and just everything you do on your YouTube channel, man. You do a great thing. So thanks for having me.
Thank you so much, Gabriel. Thank you for all you do. Inspire Tribe, please go to Anastasia.Foundation, sign up for the event, connect with the community, learn more, and become a part of it. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Gabriel, thank you once again. And Inspire Tribe, thank you for joining us today. We love you. We appreciate you. And we'll be back with you again very, very soon.
We do. Take care, everybody.